Welcome back, everyone. Battle of the Americas Weekly, number 24. I'm Yodaslim, joined here with Light VIP. How's it going, Light?
What's up, Yoda? We're back. I hope you've recovered. It's a bit of a pause. It's fine. Okay.
Server?
Wrong server. Yeah.
Well, welcome, guys. Now I get a little bit more time to be prepared for a game.
Yeah. Good guy, eggs. I mean, sorry, egg. It's even. I have to correct myself. Good guy, egg, for noticing that and changing because it was favoring him.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a nice one. But I'm pretty sure it would have been called out eventually.
yeah. And I was just about to say that I hope you're ready. I hope you've recovered from what was yesterday. I don't even know if I want to call it StarCraft. It was something else.
It was a game. It was an esport. It was something.
It was an experience.
There's stuff going on. It was an experience. Yes, yes, that's a good way to put it. It's one way you could call it.
I think we spoke about it to anyone in the chat who was here yesterday. Like we went through something together that like that has tied us where we're now bonded in some way. We're never gonna be the same again.
Greatness. Yeah. Hopefully we can get some more of that today here with you guys today. If you were here yesterday or not, it's gonna be tight. We have a good treat here today, and we're gonna start it off with the Zerg player spawning in the top left-hand corner. He is pink, possibly purple. I'm not sure what you would consider that. He is the Colombian player, and Argentinian. I'm sorry, the Argentinian player playing for Furious Gaming. It is Egg.
And in the bottom right-hand corner of Death Aura LE, we casted him yesterday. He is the American Terran player representing Icebound Esports. It is WildGame. So we're probably gonna have to get used to. we don't get to cast Egg that often, unfortunately. So we have to like try and transition into it.
Yeah, and so okay, I'm just gonna get straight into the weird facts for you guys here. Even though we see this stuff going on here, it looks pretty standard. But all right, so I got on Wikipedia right now, and I was like, let me look up Egg just to have some background info on him. And when I type in Egg and hit enter on Wikipedia for StarCraft, what comes up is the Cocoon unit from StarCraft. Now, it doesn't mention Egg anywhere in the actual Wikipedia page on the Cocoon. But when you type in Egg, that's what comes up.
Oh my god, the mystery, it's continuing. Is Wikipedia behind this? Is that what's happening? Why is...
Okay, wait. I see what it's saying here is this. I'm assuming this is old, but infested swarm egg and an egg from infested Terran transfer damage to its hatch from... I don't know what that means. I guess it's also considered an egg? It's an infested swarm egg. I guess they come out an egg before they pop, but they don't exist anymore?
Yeah, the infested Terrans, right? But does that mean that infestors were laying eggs whenever they made infested Terrans?
Yeah, I guess so. It's called the infested swarm egg. So I guess they were laying eggs.
But now they can't.
So then they got neutered. They neutered your infestor.
F's in the chat. The poor infestors got neutered.
They took her baby. They took her baby. Yeah, a lot of feral infested Terran going around out there. But in good news, they do clarify it is a Lurker Cocoon, a Ravager Cocoon, a Baneling Cocoon, Broodlord Cocoon, and Overseer Cocoon.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. We're learning facts here today.
Yeah. Good early game time filler. You know, we're already here in the 3-minute mark, so now we're getting into the interesting stuff here.
Yeah. You know, we have a pretty standard. I say pretty standard. This is a one. Oh, this is a 2-1-1. Oh.
Yes.
And this is interesting to me because WildGame, he didn't do this at all yesterday, and we casted a lot of TVZs.
Yeah, that we were actually just talking about it. He really didn't change it up too much. Like he kind of went for the same thing all day.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. And here in Battle of the Americas, he is switching things up. I don't know if maybe like he just wants to try something different. Maybe, you know, a player like Egg is, you know, someone that he wants to take a little bit more seriously. It's kind of hard to say, hard to judge how some of these Latin American players compare to some of these other North American players. And oh, he's even getting an armory here at the front.
Yeah, and that's something that I would like to just point out that makes this tournament my favorite, is that you get to see both worlds, the Latin American world and the American world clash. We saw NA Apprentice Cup yesterday, if you guys were here, the qualifiers, and WildGame was there, but Egg was not there because that's on a North American tournament only. And yeah, it's pretty sick to see these two. Like, if you could ask me yesterday, like, what would make this better? I'd be like, I just want to see these guys up against some Latin Americans.
Yeah, exactly. Like, the dream for me is all the players that we casted yesterday, because they were great games, like with ET and just everyone, to have them all face up against like the Zerg Lord, Eggs, right? Like Paco Mike, you know, see how they do. It's exciting.
Yeah, I love it. And they're just such different worlds, but they are very similar. So it just makes sense to have them intertwine and have these players play each other. Is he gonna stop for the creep tumors?
Oh.
No, he could have jumped right on them and killed them probably, but
yeah.
He's just gonna get the scan. Ooh, is he even gonna get anything now that they're in place? Ooh, I don't know if I like 2 Hellbats.
Yeah, there's only 2 here.
Yeah, it's a big investment in the armory for just 2 units. Oh my god, that was so many Banelings on 1 Hellion, not even a full Hellbat.
Yeah.
And is he gonna pick up and get out? He gets 1 queen, gets a few creep tumors. Did he get 1 or 2 queens there?
He got
3 queens.
Whoa.
Oh my god. Whoa.
I was about to say, you know,
well
like,
worth value.
Yeah, like the Banes and the Queen, maybe that was worth it, but 3 queens, that was pretty good. And I mean, there is a full wall up here on the other side. As long as he repairs, he should be fine. So WildGame, pretty solid start. Oh, he's gonna get another queen. There's no transfuse energy. He doesn't go for it.
Oh my god. I mean,
Wait,
this is causing some pretty heavy damage early on. The links around.
He gets 2.
But why is he going for this links around? He can just pick up. I think he waited way too long to call in the lings.
Yeah. I'm not
2 queens for it.
He lost 3. He lost
3.
Jesus.
He's at dead queens now, which means he should make a lot of Hellions. I think that would be cool.
Oh, yeah. I mean, especially because he has that early armory and he only made like a couple of Hellbats, so you know, he can probably incorporate that later on, but at the moment he is focusing on his tanks, on his bio at the moment.
He got his 3rd base, and the larva production is going to be absolutely terrible for Eggs. And now we do need to note something Light discovered right before this match started. This is WildGame's first time ever joining Battle of the Americas.
Yeah, it's really cool that it's his debut, and I don't know if it has to do with, you know, yesterday's cast and us talking about it, because I know he was watching as well. I would hope so. Like, I really want to see more NA representation, because like the Latin American players, they show up.
Yesterday or losing? I don't remember his last game.
He qualified. Yes,
he qualified. The last one, right?
Yeah, he played against Full Heart for the qualifying match.
Full Heart, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
How did that happen? Full Heart, you should be here getting your revenge. Uh-oh, he's going for the hatchery. He's gonna be able to get it? Okay, he should be able to get it. Just a lot of lost lings and no Baneling speed still. It's only like halfway done, almost, maybe 1/3. Super late. And he's remade his queens, so that's like a $300, $600 investment for all those queens.
It could have all come into play, like the Baneling speed may have been delayed because like so much money had to be spent to remake all the queens, because if he didn't, then his creep spread would be even worse than it is now, and it's you know, it's so important, especially in this matchup. Yeah. For some reason, I've noticed that side over there by the double stairs is really hard to get your creep down there. And Terrans love to abuse that rock wall and that high ground. Yeah, definitely. That's why this area specifically is so important, because it's less open than the other side of the map. So that's why like Terran players, they love to push here. They've got the high ground vision as well. Oh, speed just finished up. Oh, he's not paying attention. That's probably the best engagement he could have expected. Wow, he's gonna snipe another Bane as well.
Oh, he was going for the... He was trying to put him in a dropper lord, and the dropper lord was seen there. And chased down. That was a nice try, but I don't know why you'd fill a dropper lord so close to your side of the map. I feel like you normally do it on the other side.
Yeah, he was trying to be a little bit sneaky, but he got caught out, and even these banelings do get seen by the drop as well. So WildGame, he's on top of his like map presence. He's been able to like catch so much already.
Yeah, I wonder why we haven't seen more of him before this. Pretty darn good.
I hope this is the start of something, right? Like I hope we see a lot more of him, not just here, but in all tournaments, right? In general.
Yeah, all tournaments he's eligible for. Good creep tumor pick off. Transfuse.
Oh, ooh.
Nice. He should have targeted the medevac down.
Yeah, he was trying, and it got pretty close. And here we go, the push out is finally coming. The rocks are going to delay a little bit. The problem is that Egg, he does not have vision of this. He does not know that this is coming at all.
And he's droning up right now. He just made 9 drones and a single Hydra.
Oh god.
Now his upgrades are going to finish right now, so he will be, I believe, on even upgrades. Maybe even up one. No, he's going to be even on upgrades. But yeah, that's a lot of Widowmine Marine and actually a crap ton of medevacs there.
A lot of medevacs, and there is a decent amount of Ling Bane, so Egg should be able to deal with this. We'll see how good the Widowmine connectors are.
Alright, here comes the Widowmines. Not one good one. That was a good one. 2 good Widowmine. 3 good Widowmines. 3 good Widowmine hits. But actually, Egg does have enough here to defend, I believe. He was really patient with that army right there, and didn't push it all in at once. He was morphing in a bunch of banelings, so he really couldn't fully commit, but he didn't really just jump on with everything, and now he's got the hive on the way, he's got lurkers coming in, and that's what he needed. You need to defend this push, and after you defend this push, you have the lurkers out. You're pretty much invincible when going up against mines right now, as far as defense, and not for attack, but defensively, Egg can now expand, take over the map, and just try and max out.
Yeah, like now that you have lurkers, it's so much easier to defend these positions. That's also why like it's become a little bit more popular now to go lurkers in this matchup. It's pretty interesting how the meta has shifted, because before we never used to see lurkers here, or if we did, like it just wouldn't really work.
Yeah, and he has not been able, Egg that is, has not been able to cause any sort of turmoil or mix up the pot on the other side of the map here for WildGame. It's been completely one-sided as far as the aggression goes.
Yeah, WildGame has been left alone. I think, Egg, he tried, right? Like with that like baneling drop and the baneling run-bys, but everything got shut down, everything got caught. So like now we've reached a point where both players, they're both maxed out. I don't know how I feel about this army composition though, especially against all these lurkers. Ooh.
Yeah, and the lurkers, like I said, are perfect for defense, and you can kind of afford to throw away these banes. Oh, but I don't think you want to get a direct hit on all your banes with one Widowmine. Yeah. But at the same, I like these links here, defending that base. Do you have anything in the main though? If he decides to send that to the main.
Yeah, the main is pretty exposed, so he could go there. It looks like he may, but at the same time, there is the big lurker counterattack. WildGame, he needs a little bit of time to bank up or to remake his army. Oh, where are the scans?
And does he have any scans? Maybe he doesn't. I think he might have used all his energy. Yeah, he does. Oh, he got one, but he doesn't have enough army to push into that.
Oh god, and this could be it. Even though there's no banelings, like the lurkers, they're running in.
Oh my god. Yeah, the lurkers, they're really doing some damage, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, we saw someone try and do this exact same thing to him yesterday, and it didn't work out. So to see it executed properly is pretty interesting.
Yeah, like these lurkers. To be fair, I think yesterday it was just Hydras, Hydra Verge, right? But
yeah, like, the lurkers never came.
Yeah. This is executed a lot better, and it looks like WildGame should be able to hold. And at the same time, like there were some drops. 43 SCVs went down, but I think
SCVs. Oh my god, I've never seen that many SCVs go down.
Yeah.
At least not on 2 bases. Like, keep in mind, he never went into the main or the natural. He killed 42 SCVs just off of 2 bases.
I think it's important to note that they're equal on workers right now because of the drops.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, oh my God. So, okay, I don't know how this all happened. Egg lost 48 workers, and WildGame lost 36. So Egg actually lost more workers than WildGame.
Yeah. Like as all that was happening, like there was a drop here over at the 4th base. There was a drop here at the new 5th base as well. So, and there was a drop into the 3rd. So all of like the economy for Egg was being harassed while WildGame was holding, and WildGame he held. So we're kind of even.
And that's kind of a problem for Egg. If you're even with the Terran, you're behind.
Yep.
Those mules are going to start coming down pretty soon here. And as well, I think Terran has a little bit more for the harassing aspect here.
Yeah.
So Terran can just continue to get ahead.
Exactly. I love how there are like liberators off in the corner of the map. There are plenty of medevacs as well to drop. The one thing that I do like from Egg is that in this position he is getting the infestor upgrade, so he wants to eventually get infestors for fungals. But
I was gonna say I don't really like that play too much, because really here with bio tank, it's gonna be pretty hard to get a good position to where you can abduct, or whatever it's called. You can mind control all the tanks there.
Oh God,
he's gonna have to. Oh God.
Yeah, you can't fight in tank range like that.
This is what I think is a good call. He's going for lurkers right now. I mean vipers. I'm sorry. He's getting vipers out. You don't really want to go infestors against tanks. That's more for like bio Thors.
Yeah, like vipers are like blinding clouds are so good. I think we've seen before, right? Like you need to make sure that your tanks are split. Otherwise, like 1 or 2 blinding clouds is all you need.
Yeah. I think we saw a couple games
yesterday
from WildGame where he just went straight tanks, and then like 1 blinding cloud and his whole tank army disappeared.
Yeah. It was, if you recall, it was that situation where WildGame, he kept getting his tanks caught out of position, and even people in the chat were pointing it out, like, oh God, like.
Someone's like, if I see 1 more unprotected tank in the open.
Yeah. It was on
and there was probably like 30 more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it made for such great games, so I loved it.
Yeah, just like this one, like it's pretty scrappy, and we're in a situation where they're both kind of equal supplies. Egg, I love that he has these energy units though, like he has vipers and infestors just in case. Like fungal blinding cloud sort of stuff can work really well.
I mean, that's just so much to micro. That's why nobody really does this composition. But if you have the micro capability and you can fungal and then blinding cloud, I mean, that's just ridiculous. You can wreck everything, but we don't even see Cero going for things like that. Now, it is possible. It just won't be efficient, but, you know, maybe Egg here has a plan for it.
Yeah, we'll see how he's able to execute this, because, again, there's a lot of potential with his army defensively, but at the same time, like, if WildGame just contains his opponent and just expands, like, he should also be good as well.
Oh, no, what is he doing? Oh, that was close, but he did expose it. He has infestors, so now... I don't know. You don't normally. There we go. Good abduct. He's gonna engage here. What's he gonna do? Fungal growth on the army. But there's no Ling Bang here. There's nothing to stop this army. Just the lurkers. So he's gonna have to back up. He needs to morph in Banes if he really wants to fungal anything. Fungal does nothing unless they go too far on creep and they're in range of the lurkers. Then you fungal them and they're all dead. But
yeah, like there was no follow up, right? Like he fungaled and then that was kind of it. And now there's a lot of
back up. Get back. Yeah, there you go. Now blinding cloud. See, I'm telling you, it's real hard to micro all that at once.
Yeah, and what's concerning is that almost all the Hydras are dead. Like, what's here to protect the lurkers from these liberators and the tanks?
Nothing at all. The Viper's gonna go down. Good abducts. They do take those out of play, but now he's got to move the lurkers up. And if he has another scan, this isn't gonna make it out. He doesn't have another scan. He's gonna die. He's lucky. What a play. Same time run by 8 workers went down and counting. He's gonna try and get out of there. I think he should just let that army die, but hey. Oh, he burned it. Causing a scan. That's huge, actually. With this low economy going on, scans are absolutely crucial.
Exactly. Like WildGame, he wants to use his scans on these mules. Like their economies, as you said, are just so awful at the moment. He needs those mules. And Egg was taking advantage of that. He like proactively, like aggressively burrowed with his lurkers, took everything out, and now he's on the offensive. He doesn't have any banelings, which is a little bit concerning. Ooh, nice Twitter mind shot.
Yeah, he has a lot of gas though, but I think he just gave up on the banelings altogether. I'm not quite sure why. I feel like it'd be a very good combination here. Banelings and fungal. Oh my god, all these workers. Is he gonna fungal growth the workers? He doesn't need to. They're already dead.
Wow.
I do feel like there needs to be some Banes here though.
Definitely. There needs to be anti-air as well. Like these liberators.
Yeah. But there's not that many. There's only 2, so... Oh, the Hydra's being sacrificed, so he really needs to duck him into the Hydras. Watch out for the Infester. Okay, the Infester just creeps by barely. Good positioning here. I feel like this is a early to mid game, but just with late game unit composition.
Yeah, and we're here again, where it's a little bit hard to push up into the main base. There's a nice tank here as well, but there are just so many lurkers here. 31 SCVs went down at the same time. There was a drop and he killed the base.
Oh my God, this is crazy, and this is something we all can work on back at home. Is if you're losing your base and you know you can't attack an army, just go for the counter and hope to cause equal damage. As a Terran, you can, you know, turtle up and do this type of damage here.
Yeah.
But it's funny, the Viper there is providing vision for the high ground, so the lurkers can do more damage.
Yeah. It's actually, that's actually really important, actually, because without it, then maybe WildGame could be defending.
He moved the starport, and now he can't make any more liberators, which is exactly what he needs to kill this. The starport is now trying to make something, but it's slowly burning out.
Yeah. There's no repairs. Like there's no money. There's no economy right now for WildGame. He has no income.
Oh my,
0.
No income at all. Yeah, I was gonna say at the end of this though, Egg is still mining. This was worse off for WildGame than it was for Egg here.
Yeah. It's so important that Egg found this left-hand side base, but there is a drop, and he's going to want to try and kill all the drones here.
Even if he kills all the drones, he'd still be in a pretty bad position. I love that he burrowed, knowing that there's only 2 or 3 bases left. There's not many scans, and it really wouldn't be worth it to scan and try and kill a couple workers here.
Yeah, and this is great as well. Like, hey,
okay,
WildGame's trying to expand, but he can't.
Oh my God! And even if he did, what does he have to put on there? He's got 12 workers. Oh my God! He dropped the mules without looking.
No.
Oh, and the mules can't even attack.
Oh God!
And he maybe doesn't even have a scan. He was about to go to try something, and then he turned around.
He just used all his energy for the mules, right? Like,
oh, he did. No, he just threw another mule down.
Yeah. He just landed. He has more energy now, but
plenty of energy.
Yeah, he gave up on it.
Here.
Yeah,
it's confusing me now. He's putting 2 bases there.
Yeah, he's trying to take the ones closer to him instead. He's like, you know what? All right, I gotta take this more defensive position. And behind this,
he's over here playing Sim City. Yeah, and Egg is he's like, all right, let me just make sure I end this game. He's sharpening his knife to deal the final cut.
Yeah, like it was so back and forth, but now we've reached a point where Egg, he has the not even good economy, just an economy, right? And that's all you need.
Yeah. I mean, it's an amazing economy in this scenario, but it's not. He doesn't really have an economy, but it's good enough to win this game for him, and that's all he needs right here. I wish he could go for, get the medevac. Oh no! And he's just gonna jump right on the army. He doesn't care about the DPS, the tanks, the Marines. He can't remake this army. Egg can, and he's actually gonna back up. Interestingly enough.
He was actually losing that fight because of all the tanks and liberators. Like he
I don't think he walked up close enough.
Yeah. And it's hard to do so because if you walk closer, then you get more tank volleys, right? But the wall's not a wall.
What is he going for? I mean, you can get the tech eventually, I guess. Oh, good fungal growth and all that. I guess that's why he had Lings, because Lings do good against fungal, but so do Banes.
Yeah, now the Lings are on top of the production. There should be nothing more coming out for WildGame as long as this gets dealt with, and here we go, the workers.
In my opinion, if you're gonna YOLO your army, just go all the way in. And in that first engagement, he was like, I'm gonna go all in, and then he didn't go all in and lost a lot of army. But Egg, you know, like we said, his economy is good. He can still come back and win, and I wish WildGame would just throw in the GG here.
Yeah, well, he's holding on, and I mean, for the longest time, he was actually doing really well. His drops were doing well.
He has 40 minerals.
Yeah,
he has 40 minerals, and no more coming in.
At this point,
he's got two Marauders here.
The hard thing is
he's got more medevacs than anything else.
If all of his CCs were landed, I do think that he could maybe like keep dropping and stuff, but like because he has no economy, even though he has 3 CCs, like he can't really do anything. And
there he goes. How many meals does he have? 4. That's let's look at the tab, and right now Egg is producing about 1,600, 1,700 minerals, and with all those mules, WildGame is getting about 500 minerals in. I don't know, was that like a minute, a second? I don't know how that math works.
Yeah. It's like it's like half, less than half at the moment, and I mean, he's still trying. He's trying his best. He's still harassing out here. He just needs so much time though, and I don't think Egg is going to end up giving it to him. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, no way WildGame brings us back. There you go. GG. That was a good first one.
Yeah. It was pretty close, like with WildGame, like with his first push out and stuff, and because he kept harassing. I just love that he just he didn't give up, because I think if he did, that game would have ended like 15 minutes ago, and it wouldn't have been as close as it was for so long.
Yeah, definitely got to commend him for trying.
His drops were just insane.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is I look at him playing, I'm like, that's an NA player. It's pretty great. It's pretty great. I noticed this. I don't know if we talked about this before, but in the NA Apprentice Cup, do they have a picture of Neeb as their symbol in the corner? Like an American flag with a person that's kind of like whited out, and it looks like Neeb.
Yeah, there's just I was about to let him know that we're good, but there's
that's right.
NA Apprentice Cup. I think that's Neeb, and then NA Contender is Australia, I think.
Oh, that's hilarious. I wonder why they did that. Did they like sign off on that? Did they create it? Is it just an homage to the best North American players? I don't know. A lot of speculation going on. But at least we know why this is named Battle of the Americas. Because games just like this one here on Eternal Empire LE, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner. He is currently playing for Furious Gaming, and his name is Egg.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Eternal Empire LE, we have the American Terran player representing Icebound Esports. It is WildGame. All right.
What do you think his opener is going to be this time? 1-1-1?
I want him to go back to the standard, to the 1-1-1. Like, that's, it did him well yesterday. Doing well today as well.
Decently well. There were some games that were questionable there.
Yeah. I think when it comes to WildGame, like, from what we've seen this weekend, like, he plays, like, he has, like, good macro, and he has really good, like, harassment and aggression, but like sometimes I feel like maybe there's just maybe sometimes too much going on, and he's split, like his own attention is split a little bit too much. That's why sometimes we see like an army get caught out, or he's late to like siege or split his tanks. To be fair though, that last game his tanks were split pretty well.
Yeah, it looks like he's adjusting, he's learning. He's maybe on point more today or less, who knows, we'll see as it goes on. But in my opinion, his biggest downfall was the lack of late game army transition. We didn't really see a lot of Ghost or Thors at all. I think we saw it towards the end, like maybe the very last game or two, but for the most part, his late game transition is kind of rough.
Yeah. I will say that Egg is a different player, because previously, yesterday, we would see players more commonly go towards ultras, right, for their late game, and that's where we really needed WildGame to get those ghosts out, right, and get those snipes. For lurkers, I do think that what you really need is like a lot of liberators, because especially towards the end, like all the hydras were dying to the marines, but there was just nothing to deal with the lurkers. But maybe ghosts can work as well. Like I'm honestly, I'm not too sure. Like what would be better?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully he finds out for us for his sake. Oh, he did get a Ling here though.
Yeah,
pretty darn pricey here for Egg.
Has to be sure.
Nervous here.
He has to be careful. I don't know if you've noticed, but every single game we've casted of WildGame,
he loses the Reaper.
Yeah. Oh, oh, oh.
Oh, and a drone, a second drone. Oh god. That thing's bagging. I mean, Reapers heal up so fast. Reapers heal up faster than Mutas. I don't know if this is facts. It just seems that way to me.
Yeah, yeah. As a Zerg player, it seems that way. Everything seems.
Yeah, I mean, everything seems not in favor of Zergs right now.
Yeah, like Egg, you know, he won with lurkers, but really he should have lost. You know, I mean.
Yeah. I feel like they keep nerfing Zerg just based off of how good Cyril is, and it's not fair to the rest of us.
Now we know.
It's rough for us right now.
Now we know how Brood War Terrans feel when Flash was winning everything, and it was just Flash, and all the other Terrans, Artosis would be complaining. He'd be like, "It's just Flash. Stop nerfing. What are you doing?"
Yeah, exactly like that. Full circle. History repeats itself.
Exactly.
I think they were talking about it on the Pylon show or somewhere, but like they nerfed Zerg so much, but it wasn't enough. Zergs are still winning everything.
Yeah, I mean, I love how the meta's changed because they nerfed Zerg a lot, and because of that, now we have more lurkers coming into play. So like,
well, that's the only thing they really buffed was the upgrade for the extended range on that. That's really the only good thing that's happened to Zerg in the past 4 to 5 patches. Everything else was just stuff taken away. Creep tumors are weaker. Queens don't shoot as far. There's no more infested Terran. Y'all remember when the transfuses were instant?
We took it for granted. Yeah, Banelings got everything. You know what?
You know what? We're strong though. What else? What else you want to throw at us, Blizzard? We don't care.
Exactly. Like regardless, like I still enjoy playing Zerg. You know, it's like it
reminds me of the scene in Scarface when he's getting shot and he's like, "I'll take all your bullets." That's how I feel to Blizzard Balance Patch.
Oh, Jesus Christ, how many workers are going down?
He took out the entire mineral line, and I'm not going to lie, that is 100% due to the greed of Egg. He could, oh my god, a Liberator at the same time in the main? This is just game over.
Oh my god,
oh my god, no!
Oh god!
This is disgusting.
Jesus
Christ. What month is it? I didn't know barbecue started. I thought it was too hot for barbecues right now.
Oh god.
Another Liberator at the third to clear up the last 3 drones that are left.
He gets the queen as well.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
There were 5 queens there and a whole bunch of roaches, and they didn't kill all the Hellions.
Yeah.
They went across the map.
Eggs, he like, as we were talking about balance, Egg was going across the map, but he can't do it. Oh
my god, that was just, I don't know what happened there. Egg must have been like watering his plants while playing or something. He's not been paying attention there. He pulled his drones, and when he pulled his drones, he like kind of pulled them and then tried to put them back on the minerals because he thought he killed the Hellions, but he didn't kill the Hellions, and he just walked his drones into the Hellion fire. And then he stopped attacking the drones because of the Liberator, or stopped attacking the Hellions because of the Liberator, and the Hellions survived and just went and cleaned up the drones. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, I love how what WildGame did, I don't think was even necessarily meant to kill his opponent, because he was going for stim behind this. Like, he was going for a 3rd CC. Like, it's not like he was being insanely aggressive and being all in. Like, no, he just went in with this to deal damage, and like, Egg, it just so happened to be incredibly greedy. I don't know if you saw, but he skipped a bunch of lings. Like, he only had queens and roaches, and the Hellions, they just stood past all the queens, and the roaches were like going across the map.
And then the Liberators, just for the win, man. The Liberators came in and just like, I don't even know what to say there. That was just real bad.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm liking the way WildGame plays.
Yeah, definitely.
WildGame. Oh, well, I just said his name like 3 times. Good thing we're going with the opposite player in the top right-hand corner of the map. He is playing for Furious Gaming, and he goes by the name of Egg, coming to you from Argentina.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ice and Chrome LE, we have the American Terran player representing Icebound Esports. It is WildGame.
Yeah, you know, I'm not one for putting people on the spot, but well, that's a lie. I am. Sagan, why are you not in the tournament today? I see you in chat. I don't see you on the bracket, and I would like at least a reasoning.
Oh my god, shout out to Sagan. I noticed him as well in the chat. I was like, oh, shout out. It's great to see him. He's a Chilean Protoss player. He may have been playing in Jim Rising's tournament. So the reason why since we have a little bit of time here, that there is a lower participation today is because Jim Rising is running his own tournament, so a bunch of the Latin American players are playing in that instead at the moment. Which, I mean, I don't blame them. You know, I blame Jim for
he knew what he was doing.
he knew what he was doing. You're making a tournament at the same time. Come on, mate. Come on.
Yeah, feels bad, man. But we got the real ones here still.
Yeah, you know, we've got Pocket Mike, we got the good ones, all right? We got
we got the only one that really matters, and it is Cham.
Champ's here.
Champ's here. All is back to normal. Everything's back to usual.
Yeah. So like Sagan, like I know that last time we didn't get to cast you because mate, your challenge name isn't Sagan. God damn it! But
now we know.
Yeah, we always love casting you, and I'm really excited to see how much you've improved because I know that Darkness has been training you. I know on stream he's been going. He's been. You become like his pupil, and I want to see how much better you've gotten.
Me too. But that'll probably have to wait till next week, guys. So make sure to tune in next week. Friday or Saturday, depending on where you're at. Friday and Saturday, maybe Saturday and Sunday. Depends where you're at, but yeah. You can find all that info on the social media. Is he going to get another one, or is he going to lose the Reaper? Okay. Did he get 2 Lings there, or did he only go for 2 Lings?
He got 2. Yeah, he got 2.
Oh, he killed 2 Lings. Okay. Well, WildGame is tightening up on the Reaper play, or Eggs is just letting that Reaper get away.
Yeah. I did that earlier as well. Egg is tightening up. Yeah, it's really interesting how
real quick, I was gonna say I want to let you guys know, if you haven't, ! bracket in the chat, but the bracket is stacked. We got Cham, Destroyer, Paco Mike, Egg, WildGame. We got Ryan, no longer the doctor, just Ryan. We got Paco Mike, Star Killer, Shalco. Like it's a stacked bracket for how small it is.
Yeah. I mean, we've been in this situation before with like NA Apprentice Cup, where like the bracket may be kind of small, but like it's quality, you know. And yeah, that's why
and there's an elimination bracket as well, so no one's quite out of it completely as soon as they lose.
Yeah. If you're a fan of either of these players, like whoever wins advances, whoever loses is still in the tournament, so it's not the end.
I've been asking for this for a while, and he's doing it. I thought he might do this yesterday, but we're getting it today. We're gonna get some battle cruisers, some
boy.
BC harass. I think he's up a game. He's confident here, and he thinks he can do it. Well, he's not up a game, but he's won a game, so I think he's confident in his play against Egg, and he's gonna go risky. Overlord speed gonna scout. Is he
gonna scout it? Is he gonna scout it? Is he gonna scout it?
He's gonna scout it. He sees it. The core is fusing.
Wow.
What do fusion cores even fuse? Cores? Is it a core of fusing?
Well, it's like a core of like core? To me, I thought it was like a core of like like a nuclear power plant has like a core, like a fusion.
A core of fusion.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know.
Using nuclear stuff.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, if only Ryan was still a doctor, we could ask him.
If only he was still a doctor. If only he hadn't been like stripped of his title for malpractice or whatever. Whatever happens.
He was dissecting the brains of Zergs.
Oh my god, inhuman! How dare he?
Yeah, it was a war crime technically, but they still revoked his license for it.
Yeah. Should be lucky he's still playing. But
yeah. Dude, he should be lucky he's not in jail right now.
So this is interesting because he's actually going double starport, double BC production. So he's committing hard to this, and I've seen this before where you go BC mech. So we'll see if he throws down more factories after this. I've faced this on the ladder before. This is rough. This is rough to play against.
This is hard, man.
Yeah.
Because it really leaves it open for the Terran. Like, oh, you got a crap ton of corruptors. Let me just go heavier on the mech. Oh, you got a whole bunch of roach and just a few corruptors. Let me go heavy on the BCs. And there's just so much leeway with these BCs. You can walk them across the map, Yamato, and teleport out, or you could teleport in, do your damage, and just walk out. There's so many queens here, though.
Yeah,
he's got him in the right position.
Egg, like, because of the scout, he's taking this very seriously. He's throwing down multiple spores in all of his bases. He's throwing down a spire as well. His queens are waiting in the main, and he teleports into the main.
I love that. But he didn't teleport directly on the main. He teleported just outside. So a couple queens have the service area, but not all queens can fire on them at once as if they were to teleport directly in the main. And he's still going to get so much damage. That's the one thing. This is a game of incomplete information, but even with complete information here, you can do a lot with BCs. And what does he have here for the Hellions? Just a couple lings, and that's not enough. I don't think he can kill all these Hellions.
Like, the lings should be going down, and the workers aren't being pulled away. Like, and the BCs are here as well.
Oh my god. WildGame is a new force to be reckoned with. GG, that's it. He took out Egg. Holy crap. WildGame taking out someone that we're really familiar with here, and usually, still is a really good player, but WildGame just absolutely wrecked it there. That was crazy.
Oh my god,
that was good. And you know, that's something I like. Like, we saw WildGame play against some good players yesterday, but for some reason, when you put them up against the Latin American, I'm like, okay, now I know where they sit on the scale of play.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he can beat Egg. Okay, now I know where to place him in the bracket. Which, you know, it would be pretty darn crazy if somehow we got a WildGame versus Cham in the finals.
Oh my god, that would be insane.
but you know, guys, calm down. That means he has to beat Ryan in the next round. And if he beats Ryan, he's gonna go up against Starkiller or Paco Mike. And I don't know if you can beat either of those. This is the real test here. This is where we find out what WildGame is capable of.
Definitely. Like, you were saying it earlier, where like yesterday in the qualifiers for NA Apprentice, it was kind of difficult to gauge where WildGame is. But now that we saw him against Egg, and we're going to be seeing him against potentially a couple of other like top tier players, we can be like, oh, okay, this is where he stands. Like, he can take out someone like Egg. Like, that's impressive. That's very impressive. So we'll see how deep he can go in this bracket.